Hope everyone had a good Christmas and maybe you got a present or two depending if you have been naughty or nice. But keep in mind, getting coal is still a gift. For this guide, I will be doing Arch-Glacor AFK, but instead of 0 mechanics and 1 mechanic, I'll be going over 2 mechanics. Now keep in mind, 1 mechanic is more kills per hour, as it gets you 46 kills, so the GP is better than AFKing 2 mechanics. And for 2 mechanics, you can only do 33 Arch-Glacor kills an hour, which does put the profit to about 1.8 mil. But for whatever reason, I did find this to be better for Triskelion keys that does give clue scrolls. As for the requirements, you will kind of need 99 archaeology, and that is so you can have the persistent rage relic, which does require 150 monolith energy. And the Berserker's Fury is not required, it just helps a little bit. Now, as for the gear and weapons, I always try to go as low as possible. And for that, you can use Bandos and Zeros. However, if you want the most kills and the very most safest, you want to have Masterwork. The only perk that really matters is having Enhanced Devoted 4 and then Devoted 3. All the other perks, they're not really required. And again, you can do this in Bandos, so just augment 1 piece of equipment and you'll be fine. As for your weapons, you'll need Drygors, which again, you can use Khopesh to get quicker kills. And the biggest, most important thing will be the Brawler's Blood Necklace. This heals you about 800 health every single minute. And with that, in combination to the Bunyip Pouch and the Vampirism Aura, you will be able to out-heal what the Arch-Glacor is doing to you. So, let's get ready to make our way there. And remember, since you do have the Arc Relic, you just want to get your adrenaline to 100% already. Let's enter the portal. And make sure to enable Flurry and Frost Cannon. Set the spawn time to fastest and set it to 1. Summon your Bunyip, drink your Overload, and pray magic. And then, well, the good thing is with Masterwork, you don't really need to, but I like to activate the Vampirism Aura. Now, if you're doing this with Bandos, the Aura is required because he just deals a little bit too much damage for you to out-heal it from your Bunyip and the Blood Necklace. And then the Revolution bar that I do is Berserk, Sacrifice, Sever, Decimate, Assault, Dismember, Havoc, Backhand, Destroy, and Slice. And then in the background, you saw, for some reason, my Enhanced Devoted finally procced correctly on that Frost Cannon. I've been doing this for about 6 hours, and on average, the defensive perk procs 4 times an hour on a hand cannon. Which, I mean, it's pretty not too lucky, but it does kind of help too. And right there you saw I just used the Berserk at the last, I don't know, like 10k health, so it kind of wasted my adrenaline. But keep in mind, when you do the Berserk ability, you take 20% more damage. Now, it may not sound too important, but if you're using Churned Masterwork, that 20k damage, the boss is able to hit 3,793 on you. And then with the Berserk ability, he's able to hit a 5.2 on you. And then since your health is a little bit over 10,000, Well, mine's close to 11,000 because I both bonfired and spa. So regardless, you'll be able to tank that in 2 hits no matter what. But because I have the bunyip, every minute he heals me. And then my brawler, it heals me every 15 seconds or every 10 seconds. So those alone can counter it. And then the Vampora is just in case you're using Bandos armor. And again, you can do this without overloads, although I do not suggest it because overloads just increases the speed of the kill. But if you're like an iron player, for some reason, if you do have access to this blood necklace, you do not need to waste overloads for this boss. But for Bandos armor, you'll need to Excalibur every 5 to 6 minutes. If you have the Zeros armor and you're doing this with no overloads, you'll need to Excalibur once every 10 minutes. And now if you have Trim Masterwork and you're not overloading, you'll need to Excalibur every 20 minutes. As you can tell, the time increases due to your armor's defensive also going up over time. And then, like I said earlier in this video, for whatever reason, 2 mechanics seems to be far better for full Triskelion keys. On average, I was able to get 4.25, and that's with just 8 hours of testing this. And then, of course, you can get additional part 1, part 2, or even part 3 fragments, but I only counted the physical full key as a drop, which kind of makes this not really a good method, but it could be good for farming Nilas and elite clues at the same time. If you are like an Iron Man, needing Nilas for the dual wield tier 95 or even 85 weapons. As for the experience per hour, you can expect to get 277,000 combat experience per hour. And keep in mind, this is only for melee, because I have not worked out a good rotation for magic and range. And then for the GP per hour, it's on average of 1.8 mil. The only bad thing about AFK with 2 mechanics is that the Frost Cannon will actually move you west or east, so you won't always have to be in like the very dead center that I am in. Usually, he'll push you to the side and you'll just have to run to the middle to pick up the loot. And now as for the experience rates per hour, you can expect to get 277,000 combat experience. Keep in mind, this is only for melee, as I have not done this for magic or range yet. And it's about 33 kills per hour. Keep in mind, you could probably get maybe 35 if you have Kopesh's, or even the ice weapons. And then this is on average of 1.8 mil GP per hour. And I mean, it's pretty good for charms, but it's not really like amazing. But with that, thank you all so much for watching this AFK guide on Arch-Glacor with 2 mechanics. I will try to work on 3 mechanics, although that one might be very painful to learn. And with that, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.